Well, it is Monday. You know what that means. Monday motivation. We are focusing on the power of no, how saying no can lead to a happier you. Our transformation motivation coach, Carol Mendoza, is here to share her perspective. And Carol, I truly think that one of the hardest things to do, and I think that many people will agree with me, is saying no. But that's really because we're trying to be helpful, we're trying to be kind.
Yes. That's
There
right.
is, however, power in saying no, isn't there?
Yes, I think that what we do is we actually think that yes is the powerful word. Like if I say yes, I'm doing something phenomenal, right? But how many of us have been in a situation, Tina, where somebody has said yes and then they take the yes back?
I think
And
I've been
leave
in
us
that
hanging,
situation. Absolutely,
right?
yes.
So really no has a lot more power. So I think if we look at no being more of a superpower, and we're superheroes, right? A superhero protects, a superhero helps, a superhero gives of themselves, right? So no, in that sense, is a superpower, because if we use it in that way, we're actually helping someone. So taking that time to pause before you say anything, right? But maybe even saying no before you say yes.
Puts it into perspective for sure, but how do we really prepare and feel like, okay, it's fine to say no? Most times we all feel obligated. We don't want to disappoint the other person.
I know exactly what you mean. I think that if we look at it as that superpower, like I'm going to say no with the possibility of being able to say yes, that's better than saying yes and then putting somebody in a difficult position. Taking the time to pause, we need to protect not only the time of someone else, we need to protect our own time. If we're not going to respect our time, Tina, who's going to respect our time?
Yes,
Right?
I
We need to
totally
respect our
agree.
time first.
Yes, but we want to also put things into perspective. You're bringing up some great ways to even buy ourselves time. When you speak of the time, and we want to make sure that we are very thoughtful in our decision making. What can we do in terms of the no answer? And we're thinking in our minds, is this truly the right answer?
So always be authentic, always be honest, always be truthful. Saying something like, you know what, I need to check my schedule, I'm not sure if I can do that. Or saying something like, here for example, just a couple weeks ago, my husband calls me at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and says, hey, I'm gonna be having a late lunch, why don't you come and meet me? And gosh, I really wanted to go, but I had already committed some time to work in my business. So I had to respect that and say, you know, I'd love to go, but I can't right now. Don't forget to ask me next time, right? So
Yes.
saying something along those lines is also a good way of doing it in a gentle way, but saying no.
You've also mentioned the buzzer, the red buzzer. How does that come into play when saying no?
So you can, sometimes you got to play a game with yourself, like The Price is Right. Well,
Yes.
is the time right? So which one am I going to choose? Am I going to choose to do that, or am I going to choose to do something else? And really setting it up and giving yourself that time limit, saying, hitting that red buzzer and saying, this is what I'm going to choose for now, because this is the best decision in this moment.
I love the visual, the buzzer. It kind of helps us reframe our decision making.
Yes.
And Carol, as we begin to wrap up, is there any last, word that you'd like to share with our viewers today when saying that powerful superhero no?
Just remember that taking the time to pause, you don't have to be a high-level executive to take a pause and say, let me check my calendar. This is for everybody. Even little kids need to learn how to say no effectively so that they can do it without guilt later on.
I think that's powerful because you're able to say no. You say it with grace, with confidence as
right.
well. And so we always enjoy having you on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming by today. Of course, we look forward to seeing you next week. And if you'd like to see some of our previous conversations from Monday Motivation, all you have to do is go to WSCV.com/Monday Motivation.